And welcome back. We're here for another episode of Let's Talk. And we're going to do a little bit of end of the year discussion. Talks of major points or interesting things that happened throughout the year as we wrap up 2025 and we head into 2026. Let's go and get into it. First, we have the year of indies. It goes without saying, this year it wasn't AAA. Hell, it was barely even AA. The indies took the spotlight from the beginning to the end, and one of them even won the coveted crown of Game of the Year. But first, we'll talk about Hades 2, a roguelike sequel to the popular Hades, featuring the immortal princess of the underworld, Ilono, I might be pronouncing that wrong, as the protagonist. It's going to be a reoccurring theme on this list, and I'm just going to get it out now. I do not understand the obsession with these roguelikes and roguelites. I played the first Hades, and I won't say it wasn't my cup of tea, it was something interesting. I have not gotten to Hades 2 yet. It is on Switch 2, which I don't own, and it's on Steam, and that's not where I wanted to play it. I want to play it on PlayStation. Next up was the indie darling Dispatch, the episodic superhero workplace comedy adventure game from Ad Hoc Studios, where you play a former hero turned dispatcher for a team of ex-supervillains, managing their missions, office life through player choices, and to shape the story. So I gotta say, with this one, I was kind of apprehensive. I've been a little scorned by these episodic titles, a la Telltale Games, how they kind of crashed and burned and soured goodwill of a genre of gaming not only they pioneered, but then they kind of burned to the ground. Dispatch did something a little bit differently. They chose to release the games weekly rather than, I believe, monthly, like Telltale did. So instead of letting the flame die down and then having to keep trying to flicker it and get players' interest back, they did it like how television shows do. You get a new episode each week, and then it just kept going on from there. I did find it interesting, a little something different. Ex-superhero, dispatcher police. It goes to, as I spoke to throughout the year in most of these episodes. One thing as gamers, we keep asking for something new, something different, something to move the envelope, if you will. And in an industry that primarily is sequel based / remaster, remake based, something is refreshing, a little unorthodox. But this is the year of the indies. Trace, anything on Dispatch?
Yeah, it's not really a game for me. I don't do the weekly thing just because I'm jaded, and I've said that many times. I need to see the whole product up front before I pay you your money. You just can't ask me for my money and then be still drip fitting me in the background. But from what the reviews and everything, hey, they did right by the consumer. It was a very good experience for a lot of people, and shout out to them. Maybe if it goes on a sale, I'll check it out or something like that. But for what I saw, everything was good about the game. Really wasn't that much negativity around this game. So shout out to the Dispatch, man, putting AAA in a place and making a good product. At the end of the day, whether the game is or isn't for me, it's really not even a factor. It's about if you made a good product at the end of the day, and Dispatch did that. So shout outs to them, and congratulations, because they've had a lot of success, and rightfully so. So shout out to Dispatch on a good year 2025.
Absolutely. Next up, now, this to me came off more AA than indie, a little bit more mid-grade, but it is Eternal Strands. It's a third-person fantasy action adventure from Yellow Brick Games. It came out earlier in the year, in January. You use a magic cloak to manipulate fire, ice, telekinesis, solve puzzles, traverse the world, and fight massive creatures. So I'm going to get this right off the bat. People talked about this, and the two comparisons I kept getting were The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Shadow of the Colossus. There we go. I don't know how many times I need to say this. Breath of the Wild did not make open world games. They did not make open world adventure games. Stop the comparison. Now, the Shadow Colossus, I'll give it that, because you do climb on these bosses. I like that game series, and there's not really a lot of games that do that. It won me over with its lighthearted design choice. It kind of reminds me more Fable-esque, and I'm a sucker for magic. It's a little janky. It has little quirks, and of course, all smaller projects like this do. They don't have the money or the funds, resources as the AAA things, but hey, AAA games have millions of dollars, and they still come out broken. So this was an interesting game to me. Of course, I will full disclosure, I bought it on sale. I did not buy that full price. They're way past that in this day and age of buying something and you're a little bit unsure of. But I know my cousin, she is a fan of Shadow of the Colossus and the concept of it. So I thought it was an interesting game. Do you have anything on Eternal Strands, Trees?
Yeah, just because you climb on bosses doesn't mean it's Shadow of Colossus, but I haven't played it. I got kind of some stuff I'm working on currently, so hopefully I'll get some time in 2026 to play it so I can really just give my thoughts on it. But I haven't played it, but it looks nice, it looks good. And like I said, good product is good product. So, shout out to them.
Well, I get what you're saying. Just because you climb on the bosses, it doesn't make it like another product. But you know how the
No, but I'm
feeble
kind of
mind.
I'm being facetious, like
Oh, okay.
that
Okay.
we can't just say that. Like, come on, guys.
And that is my whole argument with everything. Oh, they must have been inspired by Breath of the Wild. That
No, they
game did
wildin'.
not make open world games. Now,
Yeah,
yes, I'll give
fuck
it
Breath of the Wild.
Eternal. Thank you. Now, yes, I'll give it this. Okay, Eternal Strands does have a very lighthearted cartoon aesthetic to it. Sure. Did Breath of the Wild create that? No. There are many
Mm-mm.
cel shaded anime esque
But
games,
this
whether
is
it be
not a
RPG.
Nintendo bash, so let's move on.
Well, yes, that's true.
The rant
Let
is
me
coming.
bring it back. Bring it back. I'm sorry. Here's another one. Now, I enjoyed this. This got me by surprise because I did not know it was a roguelite until I had already bought it. Absalom is a roguelite beat 'em up by the Tumu, Guard Crash Games, and Super Monks, blending classic side-scrolling action with modern roguelike elements and procedural paths and permanent upgrades. Why? What is the obsession? But I bought this game and played it because I am a sucker for old school. I like these type of games. Your River City Ransoms, your Scott Pilgrims, your Streets of Rage. I like good old school beat 'em ups. It's like comfort food, just like zombie games. I have no bias. I'm just gonna get this out the way. I have no bias towards roguelike and rogue-ish 1-9 games, but my whole thing is I think
Eh,
they're lazy. Instead of making
okay.
something
You
fully
you about to
concrete,
get attacked in the comment section.
this is just my opinion, but I feel instead of you just hand creating, just make just make you if you die, you make a mistake, you got to start all over again. I don't like that. I don't want to work for something and then you take it away. But moving on, we have Megabunk. I may get crucified in the comments about this, but hey, I'm gonna let it ride. Megabunk is a clear, I won't say ripoff, clear inspiration of Vampire Survivor, another roguelike. Megabunk is a 3D roguelike survival game, often associated with Vampire Survivors, that was developed by solo developer Indiad and released this year. It features automatic combat against hordes of enemies on procedural generated maps with verticality, where players collect upgrades to build powerful synergies, and has achieved overwhelming positivity on Steam. And I must say, I drank the Kool-Aid because as I bought Vampire Survivors, I did buy this, and as hypocritical as you all will say, well, information you get taught. Yes, I get that. But when they're done in a nice, simplistic nature, I do fall for it. And as my cousin has stated, my wallet is a little more flexible than hers. And then, of course, Ball Pit. Ball Pit is a fast-paced fantasy roguelike where heroes must find the balls to plunge deeper to
Find your balls.
I'm sorry. Ball Pit is a fast-paced fantasy roguelike where players must find the balls to plunge deeper into a seemingly bottomless pit of monsters. Hey, what the fuck? I didn't buy this, but due to my Steam family account, one of my buddies bought it, and I thought this was like early access or like a shovelware jump title, but it actually was kind of interesting. Again, with the
Oh,
roguelikeness.
you had to go find your
Makes sense.
balls.
Don't
That's
say it.
okay.
Don't say it. Oh,
You
so
couldn't
fucking
find your
convicting.
balls, huh?
No,
Yeah.
stop it. These are two
Yeah.
easy layups. Don't be
Hey.
that guy, that person.
Oh,
But yes,
I
you
know your
you
body.
play through the game.
You
Stop
can't
it.
find your balls.
You play through the game with various characters using different methods of balls to clear the stage and back up, whatever needs to be. And I'm just gonna move this along. Trees, you have anything to say about this and the balls?
I really hope you found your balls.
Stop it.
It's getting real chilly outside, shrinkage.
So mature. Then next up we have Hollow Knight Silksong. I believe it was 6 years in the making from when they announced this to
A
actual
long
final
time.
product. Even though to most people where gaming is getting a little out of hand, will taking too long, Team Cherry, shout out to them because they stuck to their guns and did not get caught up in the hype, did not get caught up in demand, did not make over promises. They just sat down, they made a game fully feature complete, and they put it out when they felt it was needed to be put out. When it was done. And congratulations to them on that. because that does not happen a lot in gaming right now. Gaming has a philosophy of, hey, put it out, we'll fix it. Now, I will admit, Silksong, it is not everyone's cup of tea. I played the first one. I beat the first one. I did not 100% the first one because that's a lot of fucking work. Silksong is way more difficult than its predecessor. I kind of enjoy. It's almost like they said, oh, Hollow Knight wasn't good enough challenge. Hold my beer. I'll give you what you want and then some. And they did. Combat and movement throws me off with all the vertical attacking and everything, but it is a great, great game. Also, quick news, they do have an expansion coming up soon into
Yes.
26. It looks like they're going to do with Silksong what they did with the first one, is support it long term wise, and I believe all the expansions will be for free. I know every update and expansion they brought for the first game was free. So if an indie studio can do that and have such goodwill with limited resources by regular Joe Schmoes, why can't these triple A, sometimes $1 billion companies do the same thing? So
Because they got
thank you again.
shareholders. That shareholders are not going to allow that. So that's your answer to that. But yeah, shout out to motherfucking Silksong. Shout out to Team Cherry. Like, I know they probably got a lot of flack by how much time it took them to bring this out. But let me just say, I am a individual that preach, hey, if it's not ready to go, don't put it out. Delay it. Like, if Cyberpunk was delayed, it probably would have been a better product. So I have no issue with how long it took them to make this game because it was a great product at the end of the day. So shout out to Team Cherry. They stood 10 times. They stood on business. And they released a great fucking game. And like I said, any game that can take a 9-year-old off of Roblox and to play their game, hey, you doing something really, really well in 2025. So shout out to Silksong. Shout out to Team Cherry. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. And even if an expansion costs something, like, I mean, honestly, you shouldn't care because it just gives you so much value. But if they do let them out for free, hey, that's just even better on Team Cherry. Hopefully, going forward, they can build this momentum into their next project, which I do. And that's probably another reason why it probably be a long time before they release something, because they probably gonna support the game for maybe X amount of years or so. But shout out to Team Cherry. In the midst of everybody else putting out bullshit, they just brought out a great product, and I'm so happy they won some at the Game Awards because as we know, Expedition kind of ran the table. But shout out to Silksong, shout out to Team Cherry, keep doing what you're doing, and I just know they'll have a good 2026.
And then to round it off, Expedition 33, granddaddy of all indie. That one game of the year and shit, won damn near pretty much every other award. Now, I'll keep this short and sweet. There's nothing I can say about Expedition that we have not already said, but hey, I want to repeat this. This game was made by Ubisoft developer, the publisher that
Hey,
has made a mockery of the gaming industry with their cookie
just for
cutter
them making
copy paste.
making it out. Just for making it out of the Twilight Zone, we celebrate you.
They said, hey, we don't want to just keep making Assassin's Creed and fucking Far Cry, the same cut and paste shit. They went and made an original story. They took it back old school, turn-based. I'm not a fan of, but hey, it is a gorgeous and a good fucking game. So once again, shout out to you and congratulations. Those are just some of the top. There were more, but trust me, because I'm sure someone is in the comments. There was so much. Yes, there are so much more indies and big games that came out. I can't fit them all in here. I don't have the time for that. But this was just a slice of Americana we gave you all.
Yeah, listen, I ain't got no issue with no awards that Expedition 33 won. And even this little talk about them getting an award taken, hey yo, fuck you, bitch. That's all I gotta say to you. You can't give something and then try to take it away. Fuck you. Even if we don't talk about it, Expedition 33 had a fucking historic year. They came and shitted on AAA, which I am always for when an indie game shit on a AAA game, baby. So just keep doing what you're doing. And the fact that you made it out of under Ubisoft umbrella and then came and dropped Game of the Year, like, oh my god, like this needs to, I hope they get a documentary because this has to be like televised. The revolution must be televised, goddamn, because Ubisoft got woof. I would never thought Ubisoft had this amount of talent in their own building and they just let them walk away. Like, no wonder they in the shitter. But yeah, Expedition 33, some quick shout outs I want to say. I'm not really sure they're indies, but I just want to give them they flowers. Arc Raiders, I'm heavily addicted to Arc Raiders right now, and shout out to them. They had a great year. Battlefield 6, best-selling game of the year. Shout out to them. And all the other games that I'm probably just blanking on right now. Hey, I still play Helldivers. Shout out to you for still being relevant in 2025. And hopefully in 2026 we get better product, more complete product, non broken product on launch day. This is just my few wishes that I hope for 2026, and hopefully these AAAs took notes of how indies are coming to the table with their products and are selling out, and they need to take notice because this is selling. And one thing to make shareholders eyebrows raise is when stuff sells, they want to copy it. So hopefully they copy this, some good shit, instead of trying to do live action and all this other service games and blah blah blah. But that's just my short hopes and wishes for 2026.
Our next part is the year of price hikes. And this was a shameful ass year. We'll take it from the top with Xbox Game Pass. Went up 50% from $20 to $30 a month. And somehow tried to justify it by saying, hey, we heard your demands. You want more options. And as if like someone really sat there and said, yeah, I want to give you guys more money. And then on top of that, they also raised their console prices not once, but motherfucking twice. It is starting to show a clear sign. Gaming is becoming a luxury hobby, not for the masses, but for the few. We've covered this as it happened before. I'm sure we don't need to harp on much into it, but Trace, you got anything extra just to add to this?
Well, as far as Game Pass, listen, people, as
Oh
everything is
shit.
relative, your consoles go up, your games go up, any subscription base is gonna go up. Look how many times fucking Disney's Plus has went up, and for what? They haven't really added nothing to the value of that. So Game Pass is inevitable, but like, listen, as everything around it goes up, Game Pass can still look like a deal to some people. I know, everybody was like, "Oh my god, so many people were canceling their Game Pass because it's the website broke." Listen, there's a lot of people still on the Game Pass because they start doing the
Yes, it
math,
is.
and they start doing the math of some of these games. It still is a deal for some people. Not personally for me. Like I continue to say, I don't cut on my Xbox because I have no reason to. And so, hey, shout out. Hey, if this is still a deal for you, hey, don't worry about shit. Just keep doing what you're doing because $70, $80 per game, shit. That shit. You buy like 6, 7 of them. Hey, Game Pass might be still a deal for you. So everything is relative. Listen, gaming is going up whether we like it or not. I just hope that anybody that is into gaming already got their system and everything already, because baby, if you waited until the last minute, you about to be SOL.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying. There are many more factors that are coming into play, raising game prices and entertainment across the board, but we're not here to get into all that. Now, this next one, price hike, this was shameful. And this goes back to my fuck you, Nintendo.
Wow.
Nintendo didn't raise the price on the Switch 2. No. No, they were much more diabolic. They raised the price on the Switch 1, the Switch OLED, and the Switch Lite. Hardware that's
Ooh.
nearly 10 years fucking old. And they said it as, hey, we're doing you a favor. We didn't raise the price on the new system. Bruh, no. That is absurd. A console that never got a price cut when it should have during normal times, you raise the motherfucking price. That's crazy. And then on the next one, Nintendo started this whole video game price war where everyone was already on board with $70 a game. Okay, another generation, moving on up. Games been $60 for a while. Nintendo said, no. We need more money. We're going to make our games $80. $80 hairs. And when they got pushback for it, oh, no. It won't be all games. Just games we deem that fits that quality standard from time to time. Bruh.
Nintendo seal of quality.
That is complete. This also goes into the crazy, absurd fucking discussion that people keep saying that GTA 6 should be $100. That is absurd.
That's not what
Oh,
this line is about. Ring it in.
it'll offer so much content. Okay. And then lastly, the PlayStation. Now, I'll say this. Yes, PlayStation raised their price, but I'm not going to get on that. I'm going to get on the PS5 that went from $700 hairs to $750. A system and a price hike that was unnecessary. Me and my co-host, my cousin, we've already talked about this. We have felt, and it's it's pretty clear the PS5 is a flop, or at least a blunder in our words, because Sony has not yet discussed the success, sales, or anything of it.
Oh, you talking
Completely
about the
unfucking
Pro,
necessary.
not the
Yeah, I'm
original.
talking the Pro. I ain't
Oh,
talking the
okay,
regular
okay,
PlayStation.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, I'm talking the Pro because the leap in tech or feeling of quality from the 5 to the 5 Pro is nowhere near as prominent as the 4 to the 4 Pro. I remember we
Yeah,
got our 4 Pros. That
yeah,
jet engine in that old PS4, quiet,
yeah, we
smooth.
stated that, yeah.
No. This year was ridiculous, but I'll kick it over to you, Treese. You got anything to add on these subject matters, topics, feelings
Yeah,
of this
listen,
year?
context is a motherfucker, and with the prices of RAM going up, SD cards, GPU, all chips that go in all these machines are going up. So naturally, the prices of the consoles gonna go up. Now, hopefully, you're not buying these motherfuckers now because you already have one. I hope, I pray, and I hope
Hopefully.
your system that you bought has long longevity. It lasts for a very long time. But Nintendo, I've stated many times, I'm in a silent protest. I don't give Nintendo money, and I think they're cannibalizing the Switch one on purpose to force you to buy a Switch 2. But
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
if you got a OLED Switch one, why would you like? Is the upgrade to 2 even worth it? Because you on an OLED screen, like, and in probably a year and a half, Nintendo is gonna drop a Switch 2 OLED. It's inevitable. They're gonna do it. They already have the screens in the stock. Like, they just didn't make it on purpose. So Nintendo been moving nasty for the longest. So I fuck Nintendo for real. Like, all of these motherfuckers that's fucked up this year at a Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo, it's forever fuck Nintendo. Nintendo won't get $1 out of me. I don't give a fuck. So every move they do that's nasty is just reassurance that I'm in the silent protest where I'm just saying fuck. Now, PlayStation going up, baby, that Slim, I touched it. It's disgusting feeling. And nah. But like I said, my
Huh.
PS5 from launch is still going strong. Stated I have an emotional bond with it because of how I got it. It was during the whole scalping gold rush in the vid. So yeah, until my shit breaks or knock on wood, something happens, I won't be upgrading to none of these motherfuckers, and I won't be buying that PlayStation 6 because I guarantee that bitch is probably gonna be $750 or $800. So yeah, it's been real nasty this year, and so I hope whoever is in gaming, I hope nothing happened to your shit where you was forced to buy these increased prices. Because God bless you and your wallets, and hey, I think it's gonna get a lot worse as far as these prices, especially when we go in 2026 and people get accustomed to high prices. You can never tell. Anything is on the table in gaming. Once people get comfortable, they act like, prices should only go one direction, especially now. PS5 in total now announced they've sold over 84 million units sold. So, you never know what PlayStation is still Japanese ran. So, I'm starting to see a lot of similarities in how Sony moves and how Nintendo moves. And PlayStation is really doing shit to piss me off too. And someone commented on one of our videos like, y'all channel is gonna die because y'all, he said Xbox Steel. I don't know if that's like version of Sony ponies or something, but I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, fuck all these motherfuckers if they fucking me over.
We're Xbox what?
Steel. I don't know if it was a typo. I don't know if that's some type of slang for Xbox fanboys. But listen, at the end of the day, I have 3 of these consoles. I have the original Switch, I have the Xbox Series X, and I have the PlayStation 5. And I say fuck all of them, depending on what nasty shit they're doing. So let that be known in 2026. I would continue to say fuck them. And I'm continually not giving them money where I don't think they deserve. So I'm not upgrading to the Pro because what the fuck, and I'm not buying Game Pass because it doesn't fit in my lifestyle. And Nintendo, it's been fuck Nintendo. If I can just have my picture of a middle finger going across every Nintendo topic, I would. But we have to be objective. But yep, that's how I feel. It has been a year of hikes, and honestly, in 2026, it might continue. So buckle up, baby, and buckle up your wallets too.
It's gonna get rough out here before before it gets better. The year of anime, at least in my opinion, was a great year of some bangers. You have the Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle, starting a trilogy of a three-part, if I remember correctly. We got this one in 2 years will be part two, and then later on be a part three. The final season of My Hero Academia
Oh, you trying to
finally.
confuse me because I was like, we already had movies. I got you. I got what you were doing. I got the point.
Okay. My Hero Academia final season, finally wrapping up. 8 years of crying, feelings. These kids finally whooping some ass. And then ending it off with One Punch Man season 3. I can't tell you how many years it has been between season 2 and season 3. I personally didn't think it was going to get a season 3. Most animes get one season. You're lucky
Well,
to get a second.
no, One Punch was big enough that it'll warrant. I think the issue in the delay is the fact that the show catches up with the manga, so therefore they have to have the manga go on for so long to even get the number of episodes that they need to make a season. That's the issue with One Punch. It's not the fact that it doesn't sell or it doesn't make money. It's the fact that it keeps catching up with the manga. Some people was like, "Oh, well, one episode equals one animated episode," and it does not. Animation needs a lot of content, so that's one Punch Man issue. It's not money making. It's not that it's not good enough. It's just the fact that it's not enough manga content to push out regular seasons in the midst of 12 months. So
Interesting. I
clarification.
did not know that. With that being said, how do you feel, Trace, about the year of anime? With all the
Yeah,
highlights I highlight. I won't say this is the whole list because there's other
yeah.
things that solo leveling and more.
Listen, baby. You know I love me some motherfucking Demon Slayer. You know, shout out to Goku. You still my guy, my guy. Even though you moved on and you're not there physically fighting the fight. Hey, I still, man. Hey, I cried when Goku. But yeah, Demon Slayer, highest grossing anime film of all time, a massive global box office. Literally, it surpassed. I can't remember what movie. I think it was him, the little football movie. It outsold that, like ran away with it to be the number one movie in the US. So you know Demon Slayer got some following behind it to push that. And this is we've had the train, we had the other, yeah, this is like the third movie, I want to say. And so shout out to
Mm-hmm.
fucking Demon Slayer. Once again, every time they put out a fucking movie, it does numbers. It moves the needle and really reshapes the look from Hollywood on animated and movies from anime. And because literally a lot of people don't take it serious, but Demon Slayer has done such numbers where it is forced for motherfuckers to bow down and bend the knee. So shout out to Demon Slayer. And you know, I know going forward the rest of the movies are gonna probably do numbers just because I did read the manga. I know how it ends. And so it's a lot of shit coming, bruh. If you ain't read the manga, bruh, just hey, hold on, and you better hope your favorite one makes it out because it's gonna get real grimy. But others that had a good year is Chainsaw Man the movie. It did really, really well. Highest rated anime movie ever. And some other ones too. I want to just bring some light to. Solo Leveling dominates the Crunchyroll Animate Awards. Shout out to Solo Leveling. And yeah, My Hero Academia final season is putting a final bow on the kids' journey and stuff like that. There won't be that whole Naruto One Piece dragging it out forever. The artist was like, nah, this is it. This is it. So shout out to My Hero Academia and Spy Family. Hey, the season 3 for Spy Family. Hey, Spy Family is one of those animes on the surface I wouldn't think I would like, but I love Spy Family. Yeah, I actually broke down, read the manga. So, you know, if I read a manga, I am really into some shit. So shout out to Spy Family. I just wanted to give them some shout out to, and Solo Leveling, like I said, and Chainsaw Man because they didn't make the list. But shout out to One Punch Man. You know, I remember I think the season 1 came out in like 2017, 2018. So it has been a long time since the first season, and now we got this. So shout out to them. You know, I know the manga artist puts a lot of work behind his product, and he has a high standard. So shout out to them. Now, some other things I want to take note of outside of that is that, you know, Dragon Ball Z is supposedly supposed to be picking up and getting all these spin-offs. One of the commenters on our Dragon Ball Z post where the OG was complaining about the new dude and basically just talking shit to him. He was like, just let it die. And I was kind of like, yeah, I think Dragon Ball kind of needs the rest. Just especially in the midst where we got other like solo leveling Demon Slayer, One Punch Man. I mean, can we just let Dragon Ball Z rest in 2026? But I know that's far fetched. We already reported how Dragon Ball Z is going to get to continue, but listen, there's so much good shit out. We don't always need to rely on OG shit. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that as we go forward to 2026. But shout out to Demon Slayer, My Hero, One Punch, Solo Leveling, Chainsaw Man. Keep doing what you're doing, baby.
So I had a question for you
Mm,
because I love Demon Slayer as much as anybody. I have not read the mangas. Well, no, I have not completed reading the mangas as you. So I don't know what's
mhm,
all going to happen. I guess this would be a
mhm.
good time to do it. But my questioning is why such the large gap between the pieces of the movie in a sense? Like I think we're looking at 27 for the second one and then 29 for the third one, if my
Oh,
memory
well,
serves correctly. Uh,
that's just what they did with Attack on Titan. They gonna draw it out.
And
That
see, and
has nothing to
that's
do
what I was
with
gonna
the
ask. Do you feel like they're doing
yeah.
like an Attack on Titan thing,
Yeah,
kind of
that's
just drawing
exactly
it
what
out
it is.
for whatever reason?
And
Okay.
let me shoot them some bell as I say that so quickly. It takes a lot to make an animated movie or animated period. It takes a lot and it's a lot of detail that goes on. I think one time I read somewhere it took them like 8 months to make one episode. So it is a lot of work, and I don't ever want to downplay the amount of work it takes, especially if you don't know, Demon Slayer has so much content of just movement and detailed elements. So it is really a heavy task to complete, especially when you because if they don't stay true to the manga, they would get a lot of flack. So let me just say that because it's not even about them stretching it out. Well, it kind of is, but that's not probably the most daunting task. It's the fact that it's so much animation, so much detail, all the water elements and the fifth and seventh movement and form. Like it's just a lot of content and a lot of detail. And that is why these Demon Slayer movies are some of the most beautiful animations I've seen in a very, very, very long time. Because of how much detail is in them. So, shout out to everybody and all the animators who make these movies possible and even the show. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And with anything beautiful, it's gonna take time, honestly. That's probably one of the biggest reasons too, outside of them just dragging their feet a little bit for stretchability and marketing and merch selling and all that. It is a very daunting task to bring Demon Slayer to the big screen.
Yeah, I believe touching back on what you said about the month thing, I think if I remember correctly, I know what you're talking about. I think it was Dragon Ball Super. I think they said at one point before whatever it was, it was taking them 8 months. Not I'm sorry, shit, not 8 months, 6 months, upwards of 6 months to make an episode, depending on what was going on in animation and fight scenes and whatnot. And I remember
Yeah.
looking at it like that's crazy. It still
Yeah.
does that and with all the technological advances we had, but I have learned
And
one thing from being a child up to now. Japanese animation it has no competition. It has none.
yeah. I want to put it in context that Dragon Ball and Demon Slayer has a lot of more special
Moving
effect
pieces.
elements. Oh, it's a lot more shit cuz I mean, Goku Harris turns from black to gold to blue. Okay, it has some electricity things. Some people have already noted that they've been really cheap in some of the latest Dragon Ball shit. Demon
Mm,
Slayer, if I would say am just watching it, I haven't seen one in a minute, but watching, I would say Dragon Ball is probably like a 5, at most a 6, where Demon Slayer is a fucking 10 in difficulty because of just how much detail and shit. Like even the water form, the fire form, the build, like all that shit takes a lot of effort. But shout out to them who makes it possible for me to fucking just be in awe, especially when you go watch it on a IMAX theater screen. Mwah, chef kiss, baby.
and then how did you? Well, I think you told me a long time ago you've stopped on the My Hero Academia. You don't you're
Yeah,
not caught up on what, are you?
listen, I mean, yeah, I'm not that far behind, honestly. I just got tired of the crying, but now that it's ending, I will be watching it. I already know the ending just because I read the manga, so it's not like I haven't been reading the manga, so I already know what happens. So that's probably another reason why I was just like, I don't need to watch the show because I know the manga.
They have announced that they are doing a special episode in sometime in 2026. I guess a memorial, whatever the thing, whatever it is of it. So there were talks that a possible spinoff will be done.
Mm.
I can't remember the full on details of it, but it was not. It'll be nothing with Izuku Midoriya or the rest of them. It'll be
Yeah,
kind of
because he
something
ain't
different.
got nowhere to go after.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything.
Me personally, I felt if they were gonna do anything, and I hate to say this because it's the most typical thing to fucking do, is to do a prequel. Do the
I'm not
hey
interested.
year of All Might of the
But the
original
show
origin.
really goes in detail in All Might. You know,
Well, no, no,
at
no.
least the
I
manga
get that. But see,
does.
yeah, I get that. But see, the show tells you. What I'm saying is, show us. Like
Nah, they kind of
earlier,
show you.
I think it was season 2 when he was talking about how just so bad. One for all for one. I don't know why I keep getting those mixed up with. You know, when we seen All Might, he had already been damaged and kind of broken down from all the years of the superhero work and everything. Just do you can do 2 seasons of
Let me just say no, no, no to a prequel. The writer, I'm sure, hopefully he's made his money. He continues to get a cut. Hey, baby, go to the drawing board, do something new. I don't want to see a prequel of My Hero Academia. No, because listen, if you don't feel like you got enough detail about the past, go read the manga.
Okay. And moving on, our next segment.
Hey, but let us know, what was your favorite anime of the year? Was it one of these three or something that we didn't take note of? Let us know in the comments below.
And then this was a year to pay respects. We did a special piece of this some episodes ago with more legends that were gone. These were just 3 that I had picked apart, kind of memorable. Recently, at the time of this recording, it is Christmas Eve. Vince Zampella, the director and CEO of Infinity War and creator of Call of Duty, Respawn Entertainment, Titanfall, and the Star Wars Jedi series, has passed away. He passed away, I believe it was Sunday, the 21st of December. I just want to say he will be missed, and his creativity was something unique. When you hear the name Call of Duty, it has a lot of negative connotation to it in nowadays, but during the PS3 360 era, and then I'll say a little bit early into the PS4 and Xbox One, Call of Duty is what brought the boys together. Yeah, you
And
ask
girls.
anybody and girls. Let me not leave out people and girls. If you ask anybody about Call of Duty, you're gonna get 2 responses: those Modern Warfare lobbies, which modern gamers and children are not made for, and staying up late and just playing those games, playing zombies, trying to beat your record score of how many waves you lasted, beating World at War co-op in veteran mode, the Spec Ops mode in the Modern Warfare series had, because they didn't really do the zombie ass games. And then Titanfall. Hey, I don't care what anyone says. Titanfall, at least Titanfall 2 was done wrong. I didn't care about the first one because it was just multiplayer only. Titanfall 2 was done wrong, and it was a great, great game. From story even to the concept with the multiplayer. You're on the boots on the ground. Oh, switch up, get into the mechs. He will be missed, and he left a lasting imprint, even though Call of Duty is nowhere near what the hell it was, what it used to be. Then you had Tomonobu Itagaki. Some of you all may not know this or recognize him in the current picture I have, but he was the creator and director of the Dead or Alive series and the Ninja Gaiden game. I don't play fighting games much anymore, but I did used to play the shit of Dead or Alive games. Way beyond for the fact of the jiggle physics, but they were actually fighting games. And Ninja Gaiden, as I spoke before, was one of the true, it was a true Xbox title on the original Xbox system. And it was, I guess, the Dark Souls of game before that was a thing. That first Ninja Gaiden game, I think I was stuck on that boss. I didn't know what it was to fight a hard boss in a sense back then. I was a kid. A majority of all games had difficulty settings. I can't recall that one having it. I know there's a little bit of controversy with him because people thought he was a little pervy or etc. How he designed and made his game, especially with the feminine character, etc. But my cousin says a good product is a good product, and this is definitely way before the culture changes of now. And and he will be missed because I don't believe they really make Dead or Alive games anymore. But just this year, they brought back Ninja Gaiden 4, putting a continuation on the series in a sense. He will be missed. I enjoyed all those games. And last but not least, Tetsuya Nagamine. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He was one of the head creators and directors for Dragon Ball Z and One Piece, two current animes that are still launched. Well, one, Super has ended. They're talking about another show. One Piece is still going. And
Mm,
he had a very huge influential hand and success for these games. And you can say what you want about either one of them or even him, but these are two grandstanding animes that any anime watcher or fan will probably bring up. Oh, that's what got me into anime, whether One Piece or Dragon Ball in any of its iterations. Most people, it was Z. Old fossils like myself, it was Dragon Ball. A rare exception, GT. Shut the hell up. I don't want to hear it. And then, of course, modern audiences with Super. So these were three people I just wanted to say, hey, pay our respects to. Thank you for what you contributed to pop culture and society. And Chase, do you have anything?
yeah, I just want to add and I can't think of his name, but the guy that was the illustrator, creator of Super Mario, he did pass this year as
Oh,
well.
yeah, I saw them.
I can't God, I can't think of his name, but yeah, all four of these gentlemen has made something forever lasting in a lot of people's hearts, and my condolences to their families. And yeah, I mean their legacy will live on forever because these products that all four of these gentlemen made are just forever lasting. They're cemented in time. Like as long as human mankind is still going, their products are going to forever be going. So condolences to them and their families. And yeah, I mean, I just thank you because they made some truly memorable products that imprinted on my childhood and even my adulthood. Like, I mean, though I don't play Call of Duty still to this day, I forever remember me going home after school playing Call of Duty and trying to get the highest, the most kills in a session. So shout out to all four of these gentlemen, and just shout out to their families, as this a lot of these time was untimely passings and was unexpected.
And definitely. And our last bit, quick shout outs of the year. I'm going to start off with this one, the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I get what you're saying. Infamous, you don't play fighting games. Yes, I know that. And I've stated that many times. I want to bring this up because I bought this game for one reason and one reason only. The Power Stone Collection is on this collection of games. Power Stone 1 and Power Stone 2. And anyone who had a Dreamcast, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Those are memorable brawling games. And up until this collection came out, there was no way to really play those on a kind of modern S system besides the Dreamcast, or if you had a Vita, because they did a collection of them on the PSP, and the Vita is backwards compatible to those digitals. But other than that, hey, you're talking pure nostalgia. That's all that purchase was. You had some serious shit happen this year. You had Nintendo's greatest failure besides the Wii U, the Virtual Boy, and they're bringing it back to sell it to you for $100. The fuck? The times we live in where failures are sold at a premium to the fanboy. Then you
Hey,
had
hey, what's next? Will Sony try to resell Concord?
fire. Oh, oh. Dude, that's too soon. God damn. Too soon. Too soon.
Okay.
Then you had, of course, another nostalgia trip. MTV shutting down. Hey, you can call it
Condolences.
what you want to call it. Oh, they're just shutting down certain channels and certain regions. Hey, they're closing.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
closing.
All that is corporate salad, words slop thrown together just to appease the masses. They're closing. And it's crazy because I remember MTV used to be the place you had to go, not chose or wanted to, had to go. See latest music videos, albums, anything that dealt with music before
MTV
that.
Cribs.
MTV
Making a
Cribs,
band,
all of
I
that.
think was on there.
But then 2008 actor strike brought on what I like to call the apocalypse of television when they fell back on reality TV. MTV just went full frontal with that, with the teen moms, all this crazy shit that they had on there, ridiculousness. It has not been the same. It just really has not. So I'm not surprised that they're shutting down, but hey, like I said, you grew up in this era, you know what you know. Grand Theft Auto 6, it got delayed again, and probably again next year. We'll see.
Another one.
But it was delayed. But it was delayed until November 19th, 2026. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna get a lot of flag. People gonna call it cap, whatever the hell you want to say. I just don't give a fuck about GTA 6.
Yeah,
Yes,
when it comes, it'll come.
when it comes, it'll come.
Don't
I,
rotate your whole life around their release date.
like I've stated before, I have a huge backlog. There are tons of games that can keep me busy till this comes out or if it doesn't come out. And to be honest with you, a lot of you all should be scared because the success GTA Online has had with Rockstar, you can probably have an idea that more money and effort will probably go into the stability of that at launch than probably what they're offering. I'm not gonna say the single player is not gonna be good, but just that will be their focus.
I
We probably will not
mean,
ever
you
get
already got
another.
that in GTA 5 though, because you have way less customization, you got way less clothes, way less tattoo, way less
Oh
everything
yeah.
as far as customizing your single player. Compare when you compare it to the online customization for your character, it's night and day. So they have already done that in 5, and let's see because what they do with 6. Even though I'm already probably prepping, a lot of stuff is going to get pushed for the online version in the online
Oh yeah.
play. And I mean, if they surprise me, they surprise me. But yeah, that shouldn't be nothing new because they did that in GTA 5, and it was very noticeable. That's why GTA 5 never got a DLC. It never got anything, and all the stuff that
And
was
that's what
pushed
I was
was to the
leading up to,
online.
is that GTA Online will probably be the killer of single player DLC for Rockstar games going
It's
forward.
already killed.
Even Red Dead Redemption 2 did not
It's
get any
dead.
post
It's not
content
even on life
because
support. It
of
is dead.
Red Dead Online.
That shit is 6 feet under. Like, online would have to bomb for them to even think about a DLC. The fuck? Yeah, that shit is not even on the table, baby.
This
You
was
want
a personal piece. I picked Oblivion Remastered. Now, I admit that I grew up in the Game Boy era, etc. But I was taken back. And with the stuff drop and the gorgeousness, even though that's not a word, Oblivion Remastered. I bought it on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. I bought all 3
what the
versions.
fuck? What
Shut the
is
hell up.
wrong with you? You're
Shut your
part of the
mouth.
Yo,
Shut your mouth.
comments. He's part of the fucking problem. And then he'll get on this bitch complaining about shit. You're part of the fucking problem. What the fuck? You bought it 3 different fucking times? What is wrong with
3
you?
different
See,
fucking times.
viewers, I keep telling you, this motherfucker's loose in the fucking wallets, bruh. Motherfucker ain't got no standards. This is why they be
Bought
doing
it
bullshit. He's part of the
and I
problem.
loved it.
Part of the
Loved every
fucking
last bit
problem.
of it.
You gonna
Now,
beat it
some
3
people
different
harper
times?
on.
You gonna beat it 3 different times?
Oh no 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 no
See, part of the fucking
no
problem.
no 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 no.
This going
You
in a
don't
YouTube
understand.
short.
You don't understand.
Stupid, nah,
You don't
mm-mm,
understand. You don't understand. You weren't there. You don't know the
mm-mm.
magic of Oblivion. But I loved Oblivion
Yeah,
Remastered.
okay.
It was taken
Alright,
back by
there's
it.
some magic there, but not 3 fucking times.
Oh
Part of
yeah.
the fucking problem, bruh.
hmm
I'm disgusted
Now
with
I know
you.
some people reported issues, bug glitches, and mishaps. Let me just say this: you all should not
Where?
be surprised with Bethesda's pedigree right now.
He gave them 3 different
All their games are
sales.
buggy. All their
Oh my
games are
god.
buggy, and they
Di
probably will not fix it. They
didn't
probably
we
won't.
hold on, wait, didn't we report we made a whole video about that.
No, I think it was something else.
No, no,
I think that was a Fallout thing.
no, because
Yeah.
I use this artwork. That's how I know we made a video about this nigga don't even
I
know
didn't
our
have
own
no issues with the
content.
game.
Like, I knew. I remember I was like, "Nah, bro. Oblivion had some controversy, but it was the whole
Yeah.
physical really not being
Mhm.
anything. You still had to do the digital shit." Yeah, I was about to say everything wasn't gravy with this launch. Bethesda was stealing some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there was controversy with the physical thing or whatever. Kinda where we
Yeah,
left off at.
and it was still some complaints about certain stuff being broken on the PC version or whatever. So it wasn't it still was an Elder Scrolls Bethesda release. It still had
Yeah,
shit
yeah, it still
that
was.
mofos, but it did not deserve for a mofo like you to buy it 3 different times on 3 different versions. Absolutely
Well,
not.
I bought it on PlayStation at full price. Steam and Xbox I got on sale.
And once again, because it's on sale don't means you gotta buy anything. I keep telling you that. Stop buying shit
Yes,
just because it's on
yes,
sale.
mother. Yes,
Yo, this is
mother.
why he has 3 different versions of an Xbox. What the
Hey, hey,
Oh my god,
hey.
you're part of the problem. You're part of the
And I say
problem.
that on many videos. I am
You're
part of the
part of
problem.
oh my god, fucking part of the problem, but continue. So ashamed.
I forgot my train of thought. Yeah, some people had issues with Oblivion Remastered. I didn't have said such problems. I mean, besides small little hiccups, etc. But that's mainly was there how the game was originally. Like I say, it's in the title, remastered, and they made sure no matter how much of a visual improvement and things they changed under the surface, it is a remaster, not remake. I did and have been enjoying it, and it is a very great trip down nostalgia lane. And then the last piece, Elden Ring. Now, full context, I played the original Elden Ring and have almost continuously played and replayed and rebeat. I've played the PS4 version, I've played the PS5 version, I've made multiple builds, played the DLC, loved it all. And just when I thought I was moving past it and finally going to move on something else, they brought Night Rain now. And I'll say this. I thought Night Rain would flop. I thought it would fail.
I know I'm
The
just
reason I thought it would be like that is because when they announced that it was a roguelike, you go in, you do this, you die, you rinse and repeat. I'm like, oh, that's not what Elden Ring is. I'm like, why would they do that? What was the point of this? That's not going to take off. That's not going to do anything. It was infamous. Were you fucking wrong? Because Night Rain blew the fuck up. The boy, our buddy in our group chat, loves this goddamn game. He's put 168 hours. Platted in there some. Actually, he might have platted both versions because I didn't know it came out on PS4 and PS5, as well as Xbox Series X. I don't know if it came out for Xbox One and Series, but anywho, this game has gone on to be a culture hit. Not as big as the main Elden Ring, but just as big, and got a DLC in the same year. It took a minute for Shadow of the Erdtree to come out for the main game. Those were my quick shout outs of the year. Chase, you had anything you wanted to comment on these
yeah.
besides the Oblivion one?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said, yeah, but I just wanna make bring a certain type of topics too, because just in remembrance, because they kinda shaped 2025. The chip shortage and all this RAM and GPU causing to go up because of AI really taking off and all these data centers is really hitting home in people's pockets as far as video games and computers and Apple. Samsung's, TriPhone is coming, and there's been a lot of leaks about that. Apple's not TriPhone, but foldable phone was supposed to come out this year, but it's delayed reportedly speculatory until 2026. I also want to make note of the Steam hardware that was announced with no price tag, and I'm really eager when they do announce the price tag how expensive it's going to be, especially when they
Oh
said they're
yeah, I
not
did.
subsidizing it. That was a big thing this year. Let me see if there's anything else. I mean, the Game Awards just happened. There's a lot of games that coming out next year as well in the year beyond that. The whole Star Wars Faith one and the Phantom Blade Zero, Ace Combat Wing, and it's a lot of horror video games too are coming out. I can't think of none of their names right now. I'm sorry, but it's a lot of good video games coming out next year,
Yeah,
and we
Free
should look.
Animal.
Yeah, that we should be looking forward to just beyond GTA 6. Like GTA 6 is a whole galaxy, but there are some little planets that we should look at in the meantime and a while time, because we don't know if GTA 6 is really going to commit to that release date. If it is, good. If it's not, there's still some good stuff coming out next year. And yeah, the Steam Deck is probably one thing I'm really am going into 2026. I cannot wait till they drop that price, because yeah, it's just how it's looking. I won't be buying it because it's just like yeah, I'm just gonna rock with the PS5 until the breaks, and when that happens, I'll probably cut on my Xbox to be honest. So
You mean
yeah,
Steam Machine?
whatever the fucking hardware it is. But
Oh,
yeah, I'm real curious about the price. Like I said, it wasn't announced, but we saw the images and all the renders of the hardware itself. So there's a lot of things that happened in 2025 as we look back. It's a lot of things in tech, video games, anime movies. We got the Welcome to Diary stuff. We got Avatar movie this year. And, this was the year that Disney really took some L's. Well, not really L's, but as far as the Marvel. So I'm really curious on how they're going to handle Marvel going forward. Like I said, a lot of streaming services price has increased. They are supposedly shutting down Hulu and merging everything to one app. So yeah, it was a lot as far as entertainment in 2025. Even though we didn't start this podcast until September 1st, I still feel like so much happened just from when we first started in September 1st to now. So I can only imagine the next year when we covering the whole year, how much of a roller coaster we're gonna go on. So yeah, I'm just amazed about how much stuff we covered in a short amount of time, and I look forward to 2026 as we stick around for the whole year and report on anything entertainment and news. And like I said, of course I am anticipating and can't wait for GTA 6 to come. But if it doesn't, oh well, shit, I got other shit to play. Arc Raiders to be exact. And hey, if you're really good at Arc Raiders and you wanna team up, hey, drop your shit download in the comments, bro. We can run one. I'm definitely trying to find a consistent set of teammates to play on a consistent basis. So yeah, yeah, 2025 is a wrap, people, and forward to 2026. It's gonna be a wild ride just from everything we know that is already coming. Like, if that iPhone, old phone, and especially the prices that is going around, they saying that Samsung Tri-Phone could be $2,500. Like, that's more
That's almost
expensive
more.
than, yeah, that's like almost the price. Well, not almost, but you're getting into TV prices at that point, like high end decked out Samsung prices. So I seen something from 25 to 5,000. I said for a phone.
For a phone. Just to
Yeah,
text and make calls on.
and even Apple's suggested prices for their full phone. I mean, they already got that dead product that is the Vision Pro. Hopefully in 2026 they make that relevant. But yeah, listen, it's a lot of expensive things that are coming out in 2026, and so I hope you get some cost of living adjustments in your life. This is me trying to give good fortune to our viewers. Hopefully you get that pay raise. Hopefully you get that promotion. Hopefully you get that cost a living adjustment in 2026, baby, because your wallet gonna need it, because it's gonna continuously get massacred. No matter what fields you're in, whether it's video games, anime, movies, TV, I mean, they all coming for your wallet in 2026. But yeah, that's all I got as far as shout outs for the year. It's been a crazy year, and it's probably gonna be an even crazier year in 2026. We're probably gonna see a lot of mergers because, from the Netflix buying Warner Brothers and all that, them saying no to the gaming division. Like, it's just been a crazy ride when I think about everything that we've covered so far in 2025. So yeah, I'm excited for 2026. I'm excited for the good, the bad, the ugly, and stuff that's probably gonna be in the gray area. But I know for sure, without a shadow of doubt, I'm always gonna continue to say fuck Sony, fuck Nintendo, and fuck Xbox if they give me bullshit ass product and bullshit ass value for my money. So, look forward to that. I will stay consistent in that. As whereas my cousin will continue to be loose with his wallet, buying that fucking game 3 times. So fucking Bethesda game. You should be ashamed of yourself. But
Ashamed
that's
of that
all I
joy for
got,
me.
people.
And that's all I have here. Comment, subscribe, and thank you all again for watching and giving your feedback. You all have a great holiday, great new year, and take it into 26 and let's have fun. Out.
Peace.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?